Hi, I'm Chris Goebel, Western Alternate Schools Vice Principal. In this video, we want to talk a little bit about scheduling. This is information from our 2021 to 2022 Personalized Education Brochure. In particular, we're going to be focusing in on Section 5, the schedule of what things could look like. So we know with the changes in our Personalized Education program to weekly or monthly classes for our four core subjects, that presents some challenges for our families who live in rural areas. We fully understand that. One of the Alberta Ed Assurance requirements with fully funded programs is that we make an educational difference for each and every student. Our weekly courses allow us to do that because we get closer contact with those students, and that makes our assessment processes much more natural. We can require less paperwork coming into us, less formal assignments, and the learning can be much more natural in those weekly courses. And then in the monthly courses, because we see students a little bit less, we're providing those enriching opportunities, making sense of bigger stuff, contextualizing, providing group outcomes that can only be addressed by peer interaction, such as how do you lead a team and other stuff. Then there's a little bit more requirements on the reporting of work that has been done in the home setting. So for the scheduling, what we've done is we've really tried to concentrate all those class times in one day a week, and we think we've managed to find success there in our logistics. And you can see that again in our brochure. So our class times right now are scheduled for those Tuesdays. And so then what that does is we try to sequence each of those, say, grade 4 classes back to back so students are at school for a concentrated period of time. Now we know that parents have students in multiple grades, so we've set up our educational assistants to be able to provide some supervision at the schools during maybe those blocks of times when you don't want to just be hanging around and shuttling students back and forth all day. So we provide some other activities. We've also opened up our schools in order to provide parent-led study groups and other solutions to deal with the realities of travel in a rural area. Our courses are also complemented, our weekly courses are complemented by tutorial times. And we've set up those tutorial times on another day of the week to try to really compress schedules to enable as much freedom as possible for those Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, those other days of the week. Now again, our tutorial times can either be done face-to-face or they can be done via Zoom, and there are multiple tutorial time options. So that way students who may be accelerated in the program, we can engage them, take them to newer, higher heights, explore their own personal interests, maybe in tangential ways to the curriculum. We're going to do what's best for those students. Other students may need more time on subjects, and so there'll be tutorial groups that may need extra practice on a certain concept. And our teachers will be able to sort of sort things out there as we deal with each individual and understand who are the students coming into the class this year. Now, we understand in those tutorial times there'll be inevitable conflicts. And so as you encounter those, we've accommodated that by hiring educational assistants. And our educational assistants will be able to run some of those tutorial times so our teachers can focus in on things that only teachers can. Maybe that's the accelerated enrichment. Maybe that's very complicated extra help questions. And so our educational assistants are available to provide some extra support time. They'll know exactly what topics they'll be directed by our teachers. And so that will allow us to accommodate scheduling challenges. Now, one of the other things that we've done is we understand that we do lots of field trips in our school. And so those field trips are set up for other days of the week, or maybe they'll be on a school day if it involves multi-class initiatives. We want the whole school to go up to Calgary Zoo or some of those initiatives. And so you'll be informed about those. But we've tried to really compress the schedule down to a manageable number. And so we understand that we aren't have the full flexibility of a home education program that has very minimal teacher support. And we aren't the same as a traditional school that requires daily attendance from 8:30 to 3:30. That our program is designed for something in the middle. It's an alternative program. We've compressed our instructional times down, I think, as far as we can by providing weekly classes, monthly classes, and then also by enabling alternatively delivered units that can be done differently, that don't require that class time attendance. So by doing this, we think we've enabled flexibility in our program. And we know that we aren't perfect in a rural area, that there still will be some challenges. So we've created a sample exemplar of what things could look like for a 3-student family. And as we look at this, a 3-student family with 3 students in our program could be expected to attend school every Tuesday morning if they wanted to go remotely every Wednesday, and then every other Thursday afternoon. And so our monthly courses give us some extra flexibility there for parents. So the other thing is the lessons, and we know that lessons such as PE, art, and drama classes, some of those things that are getting proposed through our school council for the specific activity types are going to be happening throughout the week, and there's flexibility in those. So in our PE courses, there'll be a set number of hours of activity that needs to happen, and within that activity, a set number of hours of supervised activity that needs to happen. And so parents will have a fair bit of flexibility for those lessons to either take them or not take them. And again, our main goal for this is to add as much flexibility as we can into our program while ensuring that it is rigorous enough to meet Alberta educational standards, and that the learning in our schools and in those class times is as efficient, meaningful as possible, and that the assessments are just natural due to those extra class contact times. We don't want to be assigning extra tests if we already know if a student understands concepts, and we believe that class time enables us to do that.